got over the line in the end, and decent from Gilding, just under 98 the average, 44% on the doubles. Paul Nicholson alongside myself, Mark Wilson, and Nico. Decent performance that from Gilding.
Yeah, that was very accomplished from Andrew, and it's very hard to read because if he's trying to push the envelope a little bit, you wouldn't think it, because every game he plays he looks exactly the same, but he looked like he was having fun up there. And Andrew is someone who will put pressure on himself because we won't put it on him at all. We as a darts community, we understand that he's a very easygoing chap. He's got a lot of talent, obviously. But sometimes, and every now and again, he just looks like he's having the time of his life. And he was in that game, because in the first couple of sets he was playing beautifully. He made a couple of mistakes at the end of set 3, of course, but he was able to negotiate that fourth set with no trouble and a really smooth passage through to the next round now. He'll be very pleased with that performance.
Yeah, he will indeed. He will take on the winner of Zong or Chris Dobey, who meet later on in the tournament. He's in quarter one of the draw, Andrew Gilding. He's safely through. He could come up against the winner of the next game at some point in the competition, because Luke Woodhouse and Boris Krčmar are also in quarter one of the draw. The Croatian, he is a threat. He can play some serious levels of darts, Boris Krčmar. He's beaten Luke Woodhouse the 2 times that they've met. Woody was a last 16 contestant here last year. He's had a decent year. He's made a couple of finals on the Players' Championship and on the European Tour as well. But just to me, seems to be under a bit of pressure today, Luke Woodhouse.
Yeah, I think he is, because he's someone who wants to get that progression in his career. He wants to start pushing towards the top 16 in the world. In order to do that, you've got to start winning on the tour. He hasn't done that yet, so I think he's inherited the title of the best player yet to win a PDC title of any sort. He did make the semi-finals of the European Championship just over a year ago, which people thought, this is where he starts to kick in. He starts to believe how good he is. But there are people in the darts community who believe that he hasn't got enough killer instinct, and that's why he hasn't won yet. He played wonderfully in Switzerland, but ultimately lost to Stephen Bunting, who's had the best year of his career. But I'm thinking that this is the worst possible draw, apart from maybe getting Bo Greaves. Because Boris, whereas he did show a great deal of emotion when he played here last year, or should I say a couple of years ago, Boris is the kind of person that plays with a little bit of ignorance. I mean that in the nicest possible way, because he wakes up in the morning and he says, where am I going today? Who am I playing today? And he doesn't think beyond that. Recently, he qualified to play at Lakeside because he'd never played there before. And then he realised, oh, hang on a minute, that tournament's on when I'm supposed to go to Japan to play at Super Darts. So he cancelled Lakeside. Then he decided to fulfill his trip to Japan, where he would lose in the first round of that big soft tip event. It's the biggest one in the world. He would lose to the eventual winner, Min Seok Choi. But then he says, well, I think I'll go to the Palace then. So he goes to the qualifier and wins it. He's that kind of guy. He's like Reyes that we saw and heard yesterday. He'll turn up, he'll win, he'll say, right, what's next?
Yeah, well, next is Luke Woodhouse. Woody having a decent year, player whose stock is on the rise. We're waiting for him to make that big breakthrough. We'll be hopeful that he can get through to the latter stages here. Still to come, Gary Anderson will round off the afternoon, the former 2-time champion, against Adam Hunt, who's a player who's very much looking like he's going to lose his tour card. Remember, Mario van der Behade lost earlier on. He's 64th on the list, and he's hoping that results are going to go his way, but it's going to be a nervy few days ahead for Mario van der Behade, who will know his fate by the end of this competition. They're about to go on stage for the next game then. What are you expecting from this Woodhouse-Krčmar matchup?
I think this is going to be close. I know Mace has piped for Boris in this one, and I'm inclined to believe Chris on this occasion. Sometimes we are both so sure that something's going to happen, but when it comes to this one, this has got a lot of people scratching their head, because they believe that Woodhouse is the better steel tip player because he's got the tour card, he's got the ranking. But like you just said, Mark, he's the one who's got the pressure. If Woodhouse does not win today, people will be saying, so what's your next step then? But if Boris loses, they just say, right, see you in January if you want to go to Q School. So all the pressure is on the man from Bewdley in the West Midlands. We'll see if he's up to it.
Welcome back to the best Christmas party on earth. This is the Paddy Power World Darts Championship, and we are coming to you from the Alexandra Palace, London. Brought to you by the PDC, and we are live on Sky Sports. And now, taking to the stage for the 6th time in his career, he is Croatia's #1. It's the biggest, Boris Krčmar!
Necessarily bad. He's actually brilliant.
Alexandra
but Boris is up
a
against Woodhouse,
Championship
who
semi-finalist.
has had a new Woodhouse son this year. It's the first time a woman played at the Palace.
Luke Woodhouse!
So set me free, say la vie. I said, come on, pretty baby, take a chance on me. I said, shame on me, cause I didn't see that you were looking at me, baby, by the Ferris wheel. I know you're cool, but you think that you're chocolate. Get off my nerves, cause I still got a soft spot. Hell and heaven, they can wait for you. So go and do all the things that you want to do. So set me free, say la vie. I said, come on, pretty baby, take a dance with me. I said, shame on me, cause I didn't see that you were looking at me, baby, by the Ferris wheel. I said, stand by me, stick around with me, cause it's a long walk back to where we just been. I said, hey there, baby, so
I don't know if I ramp the music up this year, but it's very, very loud. Luke Woodhouse against Boris Krčmar, who, as I said earlier, wouldn't look out of place as a Bond villain. The shaved head, he's a big, tall, imposing figure. He's got bulging biceps, and he's probably the player you'd least like to meet in a dark alley on a dark night in London.
Yeah, you want him on your side. If this was a playground and Boris is standing there next to the fence, you'd pick him just so he's not on the other team. But he's the only person in the tournament who's on first name terms with Luka Modric. That is true. He is genuinely very good friends with one of the best players in football that Croatia has ever had. It's a very tight-knit country. He's from Zagreb. He's throwing a very light dart for a big man, but he's a darting superstar wherever he goes. He can't even walk the streets in places like Hong Kong and Tokyo because everybody knows who he is in the soft tip world, and in the steel tip world, he's Mr. Dangerous. Luke Woodhouse is 37 now. He's no longer a kid. He was one of the players that played on the development tour when it first started in 2011, 12 and 13. He did win once on that circuit, but has not won since.
Yeah, I mentioned he'd made a couple of finals, lost in a Players' Championship event and in a European Tour final. So he's knocking on the door, but he's not yet made the breakthrough. Boris Krčmar with a throw, race to 3 sets. Winner of this one will take on Martin Lukman or Max Hopp. So again, you know, looking past this one, it's a good bit of the draw to be in.
61.
It's all about getting that first win. Woodhouse, who was on the end of a 9-darter, wasn't he, last year from Damon Heta?
And he celebrated it just as much as Damon did.
100.
Yeah, I wondered at one point if he was going halves, but clearly not. Woodhouse in the treble 20 bed, looking for a first maximum of the match. Just drifts the wrong side of the treble 5 wire.
Yeah, not quite the first maximum. 305 left after 6. There's a nice pace about this game. Just a little bit quicker than the one we had in match 1 with Mario van der Behada and David Davies. But that pronounced walk up to the hockey, that's something that Woodhouse has input into his game, just to give himself that chance to take a breath and to have that little bit of focus before his visit. It's worked wonderfully there.
138.
Single 18 followed by 2 treble 20s to leave a finish of 167.
Yeah, magic work from him. Boris, who started well,
60.
only 60. He's not yet down to a finish, so Woodhouse has got 6 darts at this. Doesn't need to take it out. Not going to be able to take it out, having hit single 20. Oh, he's above and below, a click of the wire either side, but does get a treble 19. That's not the worst outcome for him.
Yeah, not at all, especially when Big Boris has got the darts in this first leg of the contest. He's using very unusual points in his very light darts here. They're quite thick.
100.
Just a ton to leave 88.
Luke requires 70.
So a chance for Woodhouse to break in the first leg. The number 25 seed. Small 18. Very much a safe 20. Looking for double 16. And he's gone too far north. A la Crabtree from the first leg. Leads 24 by mistake.
Yeah, will he get a look at it? Might not, because Boris has hit treble 20 for double 14, and he takes it out in 2. Woodhouse punished for a loose start at the double, and well, Boris is pumped up. He's happy with his early work here. Leads by a leg to 0.
The qualifier that Boris came through, which was the Southeast Europe World Championship qualifier, it was held very close to where Boris lives, just outside of Croatia.
100.
And he came through against Tomislav Rozendic in the final by 7 legs to 6. We've seen an awful lot of qualifiers from around the world go to the last leg decider. So that is effectively a £15,000 leg of darts
96.
he's played against a fellow Croatian. But in the semi-finals, he would beat Benjamin Pratnemer of Slovenia, and Tomislav would beat Romeo Gerbovac, who we saw here last year. The best 4 players in that qualifier made the semis. It was stacked towards the end, and Krčmar was a worthy winner.
Yeah, we saw Rozendic on the European Tour this year as well. So, can play.
57.
They're only going to get bigger, aren't they, those qualifiers, with the riches on offer, as you said. £15,000 for coming out on top.
Yeah, money talks.
It does.
100.
I mention it every year, the exciting times. I know you were heavily involved in that Australia-New Zealand Super Series, if you like, and I thought it worked really well, didn't it, the Premier League down there?
Yeah, I think that's going to be stronger next year. I think everybody's going to want to be part of it. It will get people onto the practice board, and quality will be guaranteed next year in the NZ Premier League. Krčmar started on 18s on 161. That's an interesting one.
63.
But 63 via 25 at the end leaves him on a 2-darter of 98. Woodhouse could equalise here with the finish that looks like a fence. 1-1-1. Treble 17 needed, and he's straight into the big 2. Couple of big mistakes here from Woody.
Yeah.
41. Boris, you require 98.
98 for Boris. Bends the wire, the treble 20. No, it's not in. I mean, I'd say it's in. You know, Boris says it's in for me. But he's not going to get a pop at a double here. So Woody breathes a sigh of relief.
Luke, you require 70.
Had this in the first leg, wasn't able to find it. He hit an 8 going for the double 16. This time he does get the treble 18 on the 70 checkout. Misses the double 8 inside, so he has to go to 4s. And misses 62. On the outside. A great chance here to consolidate the break of throw.
40.
Oh, consolidate the hold of throw in the first leg for Krčmar by breaking immediately. And there's nothing wrong with his doubling. 2 opportunities, 2 hits. And he's now 1 leg away from winning this first set to 0. Therefore, making everybody understand just how dangerous this draw is for the number 25 seed.
Yeah, it doesn't help that he's missed darts in both the opening legs. And he'll be disappointed with that, Woodhouse.
Did you know that Boris has won more darts tournaments than anybody? More than Dieter Hedman, OBE. More than Phil Taylor. More than Michael van Gerwen. If you count his steel tip wins and his soft tip wins, more than 400 ranking tournaments won in his career. And he's not finished. He's like the Brian Lara of darts. He could make it to 500.
Well, there's some story if he won this one, that is for sure.
He was in tears making the last 32 a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
imagine if he made the quarters.
Yeah, you did say if he wins today, we may see him crying. We will interview him afterwards. I might let you do that one.
Thanks for that. My Croatian is terrible, but it's getting better year on year. One phrase a year. I've got Merry Christmas down. Well played is my next one. Well played, Woody. He's got himself a max. And he will get a look at the 58 he's left to keep this first set alive. 2-2-5 Krčmar.
Yeah, you're live on the talkSPORT app and on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us. Remember to like and subscribe over there. All the content, all the videos with the winners will be up there. Woody needs tops for a first leg of the match. And this time he pins tops and takes out the 58 in 2 darts.
It's not as if Woody is playing poorly here. He's still 2-1 down, but he's averaging 100. Chris Mason was saying a little bit earlier on in our coverage that getting a draw like this can sometimes give you that urgency to get out of bed in the morning and put in that extra 30 minutes. It could make all the difference to help the engine, to help the sharpness, because there's no fibre of Woody's being that thinks this is easy. And he's never beaten him, like you mentioned. Played twice, lost twice. Try and get your first win against a very successful dart player in this place is not an easy thing to do. But he is a bit of a legend killer, because he did beat Paul Lim on this stage once.
Yeah, we'll see Paul Lim in action tonight. The legend who takes on Jeffrey de Graaf, doesn't he? Opening game of the night tonight. Wessel Nyman, Karel Sedlacek, Luke Humphries, Ted Everts, Gabriel Clemens against Alex Spellman. Our 4 tonight. We'll be back from 7 on talkSPORT 2 tonight as well.
Yeah, great first off from Woody. Lower right bit of the 60, but he powers in another one next to it. Tries to get another one, but pushes it, and you can hear his frustration there in walking away with only 121 as opposed to more.
100.
Some fantastic facial expressions, Boris Krčmar.
Yeah, there's a bit of a conspiracy theory as to what he used to do earlier in his life. Some people think he was
60.
Croatian
Boris,
Secret Service.
164.
A few whispers maybe that have embellished what he used to do, but I'm sure he used to work in some sort of authority.
140.
That's authoritative. That's a 140 to leave double 12 to win this first set. Woodhouse up against it. 176 you can't finish.
89.
89 via a last
Boris,
start bullseye, and
24.
Krčmar is on the cusp of set 1 and the win.
It's inside double 12, double 6. It's on the outside. Big dart. Ooh, no.
12.
3 set darts missed. Can Woody save his skin with an 87?
87.
That was a slip up, especially considering he hadn't missed a dart at double prior to that visit. 87 shrinks. That's a treble 17. Needs double 18. Now needs double 9 to save the set. He can't find it. He misses on the inside. So Krčmar comes back for 6s and a 3-1 victory in set 1.
Inside it, double 3. Long way down from that vantage point. 5 darts, 6 darts
9.
missed for the set. Disaster for Boris.
Woodhouse genuinely did not think he was coming back. That's why he's taking a mini timeout here with a little sip of water.
Luke, you require 9.
Just trying to recalibrate. Now he can still win this set, but only if he saves it in leg 4. He's got 9 left. Big one. Very central. Double 4. Can he get it with the last dart? He's just on the outside with dart 2. And a beautiful kiss off that barrel. You actually heard it
Luke Woodhouse
on the talkSPORT app right there.
5th leg. Boris
That little kiss of the barrel before it hits the board. That was a beautiful use of the marker. It's now 2-2.
6 set darts missed by the Croatian, but he's still got the throw in the 5th and deciding leg of the opening set. Race to 3 sets for a place in round 2 against
45.
Martin Lukman or Max Hopp. Only 45 for Boris.
As number 25 seed, Woodhouse, based on form and ranking, is expected to make the last 32 of this tournament. He's expected to beat Boris. That will help. That's a second 180. It's never really a bad time to get a maximum. But last leg deciders and sets,
Against the throw.
they feel a bit more valuable.
Yeah, they do. Well, the scores are level, but Woody now has got the darts. He can't go in any further to the perfect leg. Single followed by a treble. And another one, so 5 darts right on target, and big advantage here to Woodhouse.
We are the people within the darting bunch who said that maybe Woodhouse needs more of a killer instinct. He's shown a little bit more of it in 2025, but if he's able to win this set with a killer last leg win, it will show that maybe deep down it is there. 2-2-1 for Krčmar. 96 takes Woodhouse down to 85. He's going to get a chance to win this set when it could have been all lost about 2 minutes ago.
100.
Could have been.
Luke,
Now
you require
to
85.
1-2-1 Krčmar, but Woodhouse for the set, and it'll feel like a steal here, having managed to survive 6 set darts, single 19, so 16, a safe, very safe 16 there. He wasn't messing about. That leaves the ball for the set. It's the
60.
outer ball. He may be back.
Boris, you require
Maybe.
121.
Krčmar's got 121. Can he get to the bullseye here? First dart to 60. He confirms with the referee Hugh Ware. That's a single 11. It's bullseye for one of the biggest bull hitters in the world. That's how you do it. And look at that reaction from Krčmar. That was heard back in split. My word, what a first set that was. It has just ignited this game. Woodhouse missed his chance to win it 3-2, and then Krčmar comes back to take a 1-2-1 finish on the ball to take the first set by 3 legs to 2.
Yeah, if you love your darts, whether it's league night, the local, or dreaming of a walk-on anthem, you'll know the right gear makes all the difference. Target Darts are the brand behind Luke Littler's rise. They've been with him from the start, crafting the innovative, high-quality darts that he now uses on the sport's biggest stages. And now Target have taken the home setup to another level with the Omni Auto scoring system. Instant, accurate scoring and a slick, modern way to sharpen your game. So, if you want the same equipment trusted by the most electrifying young talent in world darts, visit targetdarts.com and get on target.
It needs to be magic. It needs to be magic. It is magic. 180. Luke Littler gets on target.
Krčmar, blockbuster 1-2-1 checkout takes out the opening set. Having missed 6 set darts in leg 4, no worries for the Croatian. He takes the opening set against Woodhouse, who did have a pop at the bull to win the set himself. Race to 3 for a place in round 2. Still to come, Gary Anderson. He will take on Adam Hunt, who's fighting for his professional status. Tonight, we're back from 7. Jeffrey de Graaf, Paul Lim, Wessel Nyman, Carol Sedlacek, Luke Humphries, Ted Everts and Gabriel Clements against Alex Spellman. All that to come. Mark Wilson and Paul Nicholson with you for the remainder of this game. And at the moment, just feels that was a big turn. Boris started really well, 2 from 2, took out the opening 2 legs, then lost 2, having missed 6 darts in that 4th leg. He thought the set had got away from him, but that 1-2-1 just changes things.
Yeah, that's one of the most fascinating sets we've seen in this tournament so far. Krčmar looks like he's winning it, then it looks like Woody's winning it, and Krčmar steals it. But the reaction when he hits that 1-2-1 on the ball, even when we've seen Boris win big matches before, we've never seen him do that before. That was like a tiger being unleashed on 3,500 darts fans here at the Palace. If he's going to be in that sort of mood in this tournament, then people have got to watch out, because that was very intimidating. Woodhouse is back on the stage right now. Boris will be back in a few seconds, but this is going to be a really interesting second set.
Yeah, it is for sure. It's all building up. All the football action kicking off 3 o'clock across on talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2 this afternoon. If you've got the app, you can swipe between the 2. If you're listening and watching on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel, please do like and subscribe to the stream. We are about to get back underway. Still no Boris Krčmar at the moment. He's taking every second he can. Very emotional, wasn't he, when he hit that 1-2-1? Really emotional.
Yeah, he was. I think he's someone who has this reputation of being big and intimidating. He's a big puppy dog. He's a lovely, lovely man. And he's the kind of person you definitely want as a neighbour, because he'd be able to move your house with his pinky finger. But deep down, he's a very proud Croatian, very proud man. But he's proud of how good he is at this sport as well, and he just wants a chance to prove it. He does sometimes need a little bit of assistance when it comes to calendar management and things like that, but maybe we all do. But when it comes to execution on the dartboard, he is right up there, and this is not his first rodeo. He made his debut in this tournament 15 years ago, and it took him quite a while to come back. But what would Christmas be without Krčmar? Imagine him not in this tournament. I think Woodhouse would love him not to be in this tournament. He'd much rather have played Rosendic than Krčmar, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure he would. He's out there, the big Croatian.
Second set,
Just,
first leg.
throwing his practice darts. I tell you what, he licks his fingers a lot, doesn't he?
He's an absolute Olympian at the old hand licking.
Yeah.
He doesn't use a residue or a wax or some sort of chalk to get extra grip in his fingers. He's a saliva man.
Yeah, which we're going to interview him. I'm going to have to shake his hand in a bit.
100.
Might go for the fist bump with Boris.
Great idea. Great idea. Yeah. He can be rock and you can be mini rock.
Set one in the bank for Boris. He leads in a race to 3 sets. Luke Woodhouse with a throw in the second set. So where really we should be on throw at the moment. Albeit
100.
It feels like that 1-2-1 was just worth a little bit more than a holder throw.
Yeah, we took the scenic route in set one, that's for sure. Otherwise, if it had been 3-0, it would have been 8 to be in a straight line.
100.
This game could get really interesting. But looking at the steel tip darts that Boris has played this year, he played on the European Tour 3 times. He played at the Belgian Darts Open. He made the last 16. He'd end up losing to James Wade. He made the second round of the European Darts Trophy in Göttingen. He lost to Luke Humphries. And he would beat Jan van Veen at the Dutch Darts Championship by 6 legs to 5, averaging 100. He would lose to Willie O'Connor in the next round, but this guy's got pedigree. This is why it's such a tough draw.
Yeah, he's on 161. Again, he went for the treble 18 first. Only 63 scored, which I think is where he left last time. 110 for Woodhouse then. Single 20. Treble 18 will leave the double. Can't find the treble. So Boris is back for a breaker throw. 98 required.
98.
Things would change if he hits this. Body language of Woodhouse is not brilliant at the minute. That's a small 20 for Boris, 78 more. Small 18 does not get him to a double.
58.
But that big 20 does.
52.
But he's got to dodge a 52 check out from the number 25 seed Woodhouse first.
Single 20 leaves double 16. Double 16 hit right in the middle of the bed, and we're on throw. It's 3 legs apiece in leg play, but it's 1-0 for Boris Krčmar and a leg to 0 in set 2 for Woodhouse.
You can win more legs than your opponent on the stage and lose the match. That is one of the other intricacies of set play. But you've got to play this one set at a time. You can't play set 3 in set 2. If your mind is thinking about set 3 right now, you will lose this match. So you have to play the situations in chunks. That's what you practice leading up to the tournament. People like Stephen Bunting, people like Luke Humphries, they know this. That's why a lot of the practice sessions are playing best of 5, chunk. Then again and again, you condition yourself for what you're about to be challenged with.
100.
Woody down to 305 against the Krčmar throw here. He'd like to get this set done in double quick time.
58.
And then sprint towards the line. You only get a break after set 2, and then everything is done to the end. And the last thing these two need is for this thing to go to a tiebreaker at the end. We are yet to go that deep.
98.
I'm sure with 64 matches in the first round, we're going to get one at some point.
Well, you'd think so, but you're never quite sure what's going to happen when you walk in this building of a morning. Double session today. Starts all the way to Christmas on the talkSPORT network.
Now Woody on 207 here, looking for a switch. It's a good
97.
one. Treble 19 with the last start to leave 110 again. Got two players here on the hockey mark who seem to be leaving the same numbers quite often. It's 110 for Woody and 98 for Krčmar. He's not going to leave it this time, but he is going to leave something better, which is 62, courtesy of his first 180 in the match.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, Woodhouse, who looked in control, well, he's hit treble 20, so it'll be 18 for double 16 for a 110 out and a 2-0 lead in set 2. And again, he hits the double 16. Quality from Woodhouse.
Luke Woodhouse.
Yeah, quality personified. And Boris felt that one. Woodhouse has been tested
Third leg, and Luke the
by the people putting pressure on him from the media.
Game on.
And the pressure from himself is even greater than that. But what he's done in 2025 is he's found himself getting incrementally better, even though he still hasn't won on the tour. In 2023, he made a final. Then he started making things like the World Grand Prix the year later. In 2025, he's made 2 finals, ultimately lost them both. But 2 semi-finals on top of that and 3 quarter-finals on top of that. He's become one of the best players in the top 32 at being a rankings vacuum.
Yeah, he's accumulating, isn't he? It's not one big win that's lifted him up the rankings. It is a steady away performance.
Imagine if he did get a big win like the European Championship in 2024 instead of Richie Woodhouse. We'd be talking about him right now as a top 16 player. This is really good from 308 from Woody. 2 treble 18s followed by a rushed third dart, which only yielded the single. He's on 182 now, but Krčmar is languished back on 364.
100.
And even with that ton, it's looking very likely at this stage that Woodhouse is going to equalise at 1 set all.
Yeah, does look that way. It is to level up the match at 1-1.
59.
Race to 3.
1-2-3 for the set for Woody when he comes back. Boris on 264 needs a ton to leave a finish. 94. That treble 18 does the trick. 170 to save the set if Woodhouse does not take this shot out. Single 19 leaves 104. Doesn't get the treble 18, so the shot is off, 91. But he's well pitched because 32 is left if Krčmar does not take the 170, but he could. 1 treble 20, but not a second.
Fancied him for that. Fancied him for that, but he didn't get it. He leaves double 18, but Woodhouse, who's already hit double 16 twice in this set, looking for the hat trick. Won't get it this time. Double 8 he needs now. On the outside, this is a big dart all of a sudden. But a big dart that he finds, and it is all level at 1 set apiece here. Woodhouse bouncing back after first set disappointment, takes it out the second set in 3 legs. We play to a finish next. Woodhouse against Krčmar, all level at 1 apiece.
Magic. It needs to be magic. It is magic. 180. Luke Lickler gets on target.
One there between Woodhouse and Krčmar here at the Alexandra Palace. Every dart of this tournament live on the talkSPORT app and on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel as well. Remember to like and subscribe and get involved with all the content over on our talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. Mark Wilson and Paul Nicholson with you for the third of 4 games this afternoon. Another 4 to come tonight. Plus this afternoon, the small matter of Gary Anderson. He takes on Adam Hunt in the final game. 2-time former champion, multiple finalists as well, Gary Anderson. I didn't realise how many finals he's been in. 5, I think, isn't it, Ian?
Yeah, he made his first final back in 2011 when he lost to Adrian Lewis in a very famous final. because that was the first final that yielded a 9-darter from Eddie Lewis. His first of 2 back-to-back titles, and then he would be in a final with Gary in 2016, 10 years later, which Gary would win, but Gary would lose in the 2017 final to MVG and ultimately the 21 final against Gezi Price. So 5 world finals for Anderson. Quite the career, but we still have 3 Scottish players who have 2 world titles. There's this wrestling match between all of the darts folks saying, who's the greatest Scottish player of all time? Is it Peter Wright? Is it Gary Anderson? Is it Jockey Wilson? Well, if Gary or Peter were to win another one here, well, they'd have to claim the title as greatest Scottish player of all time. But there's a lot of people who think Gary is anyway.
Yeah, well, fair enough. We await the officials out for the start of the 3rd set. Race to 3, of course. We're level at 1-1 here, and the way this is going, you won't rule out it going the full distance. But Boris, who won the opening set, didn't get a go at a double in that last set. So that will be of a concern, albeit 2 of the legs were on the Woodhouse throw.
I just wonder if Krčmar went backstage at the end of set 1 to calm down a little bit, because that reaction at the end of set 1 was quite boisterous. And it feels like he didn't really recover much in set number 2. So this is where you draw the battle lines. The first 2 sets are done. This is a best of 3 sets match. Let's see who wins from here. Well, Boris is on the stage right now. He was straining a little bit. I think he's had a little bit of trouble getting one of the stems back into the barrel. I think there was a little bit of a jam in there. Well, I think the stem has yielded and said, yes, boss, I'll go back into the barrel. Let's play darts.
Yeah, let's play darts. Big Boris looking to make it through to the last 64. 128 came, but only one will be successful on the 3rd of January. Who will pick up the world title and a cool £1 million to go with it?
Never thought I'd see the day. £1 million for someone winning at this place. It used to be, not that long ago, 10% of that. It used to be £100,000, and when John Part won that in 2008, we thought that was remarkable. Remarkable money. Kirk Shepherd, who made the final that year, made 50 grand. And we said, life-changing money for Kirk. Within 2 years, it was all gone. And unfortunately, Kirk doesn't play anymore, which is a real shame. He was a real character.
Yeah, don't mention that name around Wayne Mardle.
140.
I don't know if he'd just start shaking, Wayne, or break down in tears. I'm not sure which.
Yeah, the really interesting 24 hours for Wayne, wasn't it? Beating Phil Taylor.
The highs and the lows.
Correct. That's sport, isn't it? There are no guarantees. You don't win the tournament by beating anyone in the quarterfinals. If you lose in the semis, that's the end of the road.
140.
Yeah, certainly is. Another packed house here at the Palace. Best place to be, listening with us here on talkSPORT. Hashtag darts on the radio if you want to get involved.
60.
1-1 then.
How much do you think it's affecting Woodhouse, knowing that he's never beaten Boris before?
I think he's okay. I think he's a more mature player than he used to be. A lot more mature.
You'd like to think so. He's 37 now. He's not a child. He's a man. He's a family man. He's got responsibilities. He's got talent and a high ranking.
Yeah.
But Krčmar's got a better position. He's also got a missed single 9. He's hit a 14 to leave 27. Now, Boris, don't get it wrong. You, like Jose de Sousa, have a somewhat questionable calculator. That'll do. Single 11, double 8, job done. 1-0 in the 3rd set. We're going to start following patterns in this one. Looks like Krčmar's going to be the boss in set 3.
Yeah, it does look that way. When I say more mature, I just mean that there was a time, and it's not so long ago, you watched Luke Woodhouse and you knew what the score was without seeing the score, because if he was losing, he was, I won't say throwing a tantrum, but not far off it. You could tell he was losing. He's got that out of his game now.
Absolutely, I've seen him throw tantrums on the hockey. He's getting to the stage, maybe in best of 11 darts, where he's 5-1 down and he starts throwing them away, thinking this is done, there's no way back. Nowadays, he's more mature than that, like you mentioned.
97.
And he will fight tooth and nail until the last dart lands. And more often than not, nowadays, he can come back into matches because of that maturity.
59.
Yeah, certainly can. Well, he's on throw here. He's on 264. Krčmar on 302. Hunting a treble, Woody. And gets one with the last start. He's down to 164 and on a finish.
Now, what's Krčmar going to do from 302 here? Of course, he's going to go for 20s, which is the wrong play. Now, he hasn't got anywhere close to leaving a finish. He's only scored 28. But it was the plan before he threw a dart. The plan wasn't good. So he doesn't deserve to win this leg. Woodhouse on 164. He's going to stay up top in the 20s and yield a lovely 140. Double 12 will be his next target when he returns.
Yeah, that is a great dart from Woody, looking to hold throw and level up the match.
60.
One set apiece, one leg apiece,
24.
if he can polish off 2 12s. Just outside the wire, that looks an inviting dart, and it is.
On the second leg.
Again, that kiss of the barrel, and we're all level at 1-1.
His good friend Damon Heta did rather well last night via a bit of a hiccup. So he got through. They played golf together, Woodhouse and Heta, alongside Hope Ipua, who didn't have a great day yesterday, unfortunately, for the Kiwi. Lost his tour card and lost the match, so he's on his way back to New Zealand now, I would imagine. But Woody is still very much in this tournament. And he's starting to show a little bit more focus now. Good start to leg 3 of set 3. He's on 3-6-1 after 3. Krčmar is very, very close to him.
Yeah, but he's getting a little bit erratic, Boris, now. That was a poor visit, so Woody here, only 39 in arrears as he strolls up to the hockey. Looking for trebles, but hasn't found one yet. Doesn't find one, lets Boris off the hook.
There's a lot of facial expressions from both players on the stage right now. I think they both know that this could go very, very long. You've got to have that element of relaxation if you're going to play your best stuff. Like Chris Mason always says, you've got to do your best but not try. It's got to be autopilot. That was not good from Woody, and that was an uncharacteristic third dart from him, which he just flung away into the single 20. That was after 2 single 5s. Krčmar is firmly in charge of leg 3 all of a sudden.
121.
Doesn't quite fill it up, just drifts the wrong side of the wire, but he's down to 101 as he looks to hold his throw. Woody from 271.
95.
It's 519s.
I don't know what he was doing with the last start. He should have gone for the bullseye. The 25 would have left 170. A single 19 does not leave a finish. Krčmar, though, wires double 12 for 101 finish. And because of Woody's mistake, he will be back for double 12 to take a 2-1 lead in the third set. It's currently 1 set all.
It seems so basic, doesn't it? You know, he's cost himself a shot and he hits 2 trebles. He may well have had a pop at the bull there. So Boris with a bonus visit, hits double 12 and holds his throw.
If you're playing an elite player, don't make silly mistakes. It's, again, what we were talking about with Boris earlier when he was on 302. You've got to do everything right in your head before you throw a dart. Now, obviously, Boris made a mistake earlier. He was never going to leave a finish when he was going for 20s first on 302. But when Woodhouse is on 271, you've got to be thinking 101 or more. And he's got the 419s, which leaves 195. And then he decides not to go for the bullseye. That was a mistake that cost him a shot in leg 3, and that's why he's behind 2-1.
Yeah, certainly is. Boris leads 2-1, 1 set apiece, race to 3 sets. The winner takes on Martin Lukman or Max Hopp in round 2.
My, is that a winnable section. You win this game, you fancy getting into round 3.
The riches that brings and the opportunities that brings.
100.
You could be talking about an amount of money that sees you go up the rankings and putting yourself in a very healthy financial position for at least 12 to 24 more months to take all of the pressure away from life. Now, Krčmar's got plenty of dough, but he's got 161 to win the set. Woodhouse can leave a double here from 176 and has, but only just. He nearly a double 16, but it's Krčmar for the set.
Well, again, he goes that treble 18 route first. He's not hit it once in the 3 times, and that is a paltry visit. So Woody then,
Luke, you require 40.
Krčmar on 1-3-3. Woody needs tops for 2-2 and a level game once again. Ooh, wow, that's an inch high. And the adjustment too low, so 2 10s here. And then he gets it with a third dart in hand, and we are level. And once again, we go to a deciding leg in the set.
If Boris wins this leg and goes 2 sets to 1 up, Woody will have won more legs, but will be behind. It's currently 7-5 in legs to Woodhouse. But Boris having the darts, my word, is that an advantage now, especially when he started this last leg of set 3 with a 140. Response
59.
from Woodhouse is not good. It's trebleless. It's 4-4-2 after 3, and Boris has no sympathy at all. He doubles down in the 140s. He's a mile ahead.
Yeah, took out the opening leg, the deciding leg of set 1. Is he going to be repeating the feat here? 140 back from Woodhouse. He's not out of it yet, but he's 81 behind, and Boris is at the hockey now. Low in the 20 bed. Oh, then over pitches, would like one in the middle. Only 60. The door just opens a fraction for Woodhouse. A 2 treble visit here, and he's right back in this, but he's got to be careful, and he does go the 18s route. But only 98.
Very nearly left the finish there, did Woody. He's on 204. And Krčmar is persevering with this 18s first on 161. He's done it loads of times. But this time on dart 3, he doesn't get the 25. He gets the bull to leave an easier 73, which is a shot he will have to win this 3rd set. And if he hits it, Mark, I think it's important that he doesn't react.
53.
He'll explode.
Boris, you require
I think he explodes.
73.
Let's find out. Treble 19, double 8. Single 19. Not in. He checks with Hugh Ware. Single 14. No, he's gone 18. That leaves double 18, 55. And he hits his own dart. So he's had a dart for the set, but Woody back on 151 needs a bit of a miracle here.
Yeah, this is a big ask. It would be his 2nd ton plus finish of the match, but this would dwarf the other one. First start is not a treble 20, it's just short. He's down for the 17s and gets 3 of them. He's on 80 now.
91.
Make that 60.
Boris, you require 18.
Boris on 18 for set 3. Double 9. Misses it just outside. Misses it just inside. Now this is a freebie for Woody.
10.
My word, how things can change in such a short space of time on this stage. Now the Englishman can take a 2-1 lead in sets.
The Wasp is back. It's attacking Luke Woodhouse.
Not attacking Boris, is it?
No, it's not a daft Wasp, is it? Single 20. He's gone quite high there. He's going to have to move along the hockey. Tops for the set and a steal and a 2-1 lead. Now, is that a good dart? Can he use that? No, he can't.
20.
Both players have had darts to win this set. Well, Boris missed 6 to win the opening set and got away with it. He's missed 3 so far. Is he going to get away with it again?
He's got double 4. Does he hit double 4? 1 remains. And that one clatters into the previous flights and cascades into the single 4. How is Woodhouse getting away with this?
40.
He missed 6 darts to win the opening set. He's missed 6 darts to win the 3rd set. Woodhouse, that's surely a great marker. Tops he needs, and tops Woody gets. Boris turns away. Pure frustration for him. Nobody to blame but himself. Woody snatches it and leads 2-1 in a race to 3.
You know what? I'm not one for apologising when you do your job on the stage, but I wouldn't have been surprised if Woodhouse had held his hands up and said, sorry, Boris. But I do get the feeling now, after losing set 3, that Krčmar is ready to go to the well. This could get really interesting. And it's a nice feeling when you win sets that you don't really deserve.
58.
It feels like a bonus, but can he use it? That's the question now. With a 2-1 lead, can he get one more to get through
41.
to that game with either Lukman or Hop?
That was a disaster, wasn't it, for Boris? 6 darts he had to win the set and go 2-1 in front.
There lies the problem with double 18 if you don't hit it. Because when you got to go to 9s, If you split nines,
47.
then you got to go to the other side of the board again. It's like you're doing this windscreen wiper effect, backwards and forwards. People say you should go for tops instead of 18s, but Boris, you do you.
Yeah, he was on 54 and he chose to go 18 for double 18, and that was the beginning of the end. But he's got a chance here because he's nicked the darts early on in set 4. Krčmar on 280, he's at the hockey now. Woodhouse is on 336. Ooh, an errant dart into the single one. 81 is okay.
Here's an omen. If you are a Boris Krčmar fan, let's face it, we all are. But if this goes to 2 sets all, Luke Woodhouse has not won a best-of-5 sets match on this stage by 3 sets to 2. He's been to the last set on 2 occasions, and he's lost both times to Barry Van Peer and Jamie Lewis. But they were a few years ago.
59.
Since then, he's won a best-of-7 set decider against Damon Heta last year. He's a bit more chiseled now, is Woody. He was looking for 156. Just a little bit over the treble 20 and strays into the small 5. Has to switch.
44.
Not a good visit. 44 leaves 112. Krčmar's on 140.
Knows the 18s route, but only finds 58. So Woody here only needs 1 treble.
112.
From 112. Can he stay straight this time? Oh, he's great first dart. Goes 12 to leave tops. To hold his throw, start of set 4 just underneath.
Now Boris, 82 left. Can he find another bullseye to set up the shot? He cannot, he's got a 7. So this is all about the centre of the board. 25 bull to steal the first leg of the 4th set. He's got the 25. Can he find the centre? He found it at the end of set 1. He has not found it this time. It is way south into the single 3.
That looks a good marker as well, that 25, right at the side of the bull, left-hand side. Couldn't slide it in. Double 10 for Woodhouse to survive again.
He's got 1 dart left at double 10. Well, well, well. 3 darts on the outside, and Krčmar is back for 47. This is getting very edgy. He's hit treble 15. That leaves double 1. I know this is different. And he's busted with 2 darts. Who thought that was possible?
Oh,
this is weird, this game now.
That is ridiculous. Double 10. Again. Misses again on the outside. Getting closer. Marker. No, he's inside it. 6 darts missed for the opening leg of set 4. Boris take 2 at 47. Don't hit the treble, Boris. He doesn't.
Well done, Mark. You told him what to do. And that's what happens when you don't get the treble on 47. What a weird leg that was. This game is so engaging.
Game on.
The stats are very similar to the first game of the day between David Davies and Mario Vanabahara. But this is the scenic route. This is really interesting. I think they both understand that this is a winnable game
100.
based on how their opponents are playing right now. But they just can't seem to find that killer blow at the end of legs to get rid of them before there's trouble.
Well, Woody missed 7 darts. He's 8 of 30 on the outer ring.
Yeah, percentages for the match are both below 30%. That's not good. But then again, this is Christmas time. It is the World Darts Championship.
Oh, we've got a whistler.
Not for long. Security are roaming the floor. Whoever it is, they're going to be gone in about 30 seconds.
45.
Idiots. Absolute idiots. 2-1 in sets. Woody leads. Krčmar, though, has got a break and throw. Start a leg at set 4. Leads a leg to 0.
43.
Now, this is where you've got to take a big, deep breath. This is a set that could see the end of the match for Woody. It could see Krčmar really find his way back into this one.
100.
Just got to have that breath and figure out how to move forward. Krčmar's got 260. Big 5 is not a good start, but he recovers well. Recovers brilliantly.
125.
Really, he should have gone to the bullseye with the last start, but an aggressive play. It leaves him on 1-3-5 with a 1-0 lead in the fourth.
Yeah, Woody, though, is after him. Oh, 81. Leaves 150. Could have been worse. Krčmar 135. Hits the outer bull in pretty much the exact spot he hit it earlier. So 110 shot on. Needs treble 20. Doesn't find it. Oh, the
63.
well, I think when we find the whistler, we should let Boris have a word with him.
Oh, I agree. Get Boris on them. How dare they do that when these players are on this stage, especially when everybody's being so well behaved. Treble 20 on the second dart for Woody. That leaves him on 71. You'll look at the 13s here. Only gets a single. Could be okay. But Boris is on 72. He's got 116. He needs another. He doesn't get it. My word, that is fortunate. He's scored 40 points. He's on double 16 after hitting treble 8.
40.
Well, that is a single. He wouldn't have been on a finish there. He's got very fortunate, but he doesn't take advantage. And back comes Woodhouse, looking to break straight back. Tops for 1-1 in the full set to get him back on throw. Just over the top, but it's a great marker and a marker that he uses. And it's 1-1 in the full set. Woodhouse on throw.
We have interaction between security and the referee. Hugh Ware is incredibly aware of this situation, and I think security are just briefing the stage on what they're trying to do. There's a very heavy presence of security on the floor, and they are eagle-eyeing everyone right now. It's as if the floor is a classroom. Sit down, pay attention, enjoy. Yeah, we like people that have a boisterous nature about them, sing a few songs, chant from the stands, but whistling when there's great order, it's not frowned upon. It's just not what we want. They actually have a warning video prior to the games now to say don't do these things.
Yeah. Don't be an idiot.
60.
302 Woodhouse. Boris Krčmar on 3-4-1. 1-1 in the full set. Woodhouse leads 2-1. Another set and he's through to take on Lukman or Hop in round 2.
92.
Woodhouse is doing a lot right, as in thought. 302 there, he went for the 18s first and almost got to a finish. He sits on 210 right
95.
now. Krčmar is just a little bit further behind on 2-4-6. This is the middle portion of set 4. This is where the match can be won, or we go into a deciding set, very much like we did with Ross Smith and Andreas Harrison
77.
yesterday, which was quite the tussle.
Yeah, it certainly was. Heck of a tussle.
100.
Boris
not
not out of the leg yet.
133.
Woodhouse on 1-3-3. Treble 20 gets it. Treble 19 he needs now. No, not quite. So Boris will get a go at the 1-4-6. But Woody's waiting on tops to move one leg away, but he might be holding there. Boris got one treble 19, but not a second, and then throws his dart out of the board. I think he thought that had gone in the treble.
Yeah, he thought that was another treble 19. He went for double 16 and missed it on the outside. It might not mean anything because Woody's on tops and hits it immediately. He wants to get rid of this game as soon as possible. But if Boris is to get out of this mess, he's going to have to do something he's never done before in this building, which is win in a deciding set.
60.
Firmly advantage Woodhouse, especially if he wins this leg or the next, because he will be through if he does.
Yeah, he will. 2 bites of the cherry. Can he break Krčmar's throw here and now? Boris went off with 60. And that's a 2 treble visit for Woody to open up what could be the final leg of the match.
Yeah, he seems to be figuring this situation out. If he was playing first set Boris
60.
in all 4 sets, I think we've got a different scoreline because the doubles were better from Boris in the first set. Predominantly, because he did have a few set darts missed along the way. But the patience shown by the number 25s here, it really impresses me. He hasn't panicked at any point.
No, he's
32.
That was a poor visit from Boris and the beginning of the end. As the Wasp is playing out again, right on. It seems to like Luke Woodhouse. Swats it away, and he might be about to swat Boris away as well out of the World Championship.
It is quite amazing that that Wasp is only bothering Woodhouse and is not even going anywhere near the big Croatian.
100.
It's like that Wasp has got vertigo.
Woodhouse has left 1-3-2. A champagne shot to win the match, but he's not going to have to go for it.
No,
Luke, you
go for a big toner at
132.
92. Leave yourself a double and win the match at the next visit. That's what he should be doing. He's going 20s. He's going to get himself 92 as well. Or a ton.
100.
That is a perfectly linear ton. 60 in the middle. Now it's 32 to get through this really tricky tie.
Yeah, double 16 a couple of times earlier, but he's
60.
been really good on tops. He's taken
Luke,
out the
you
last
require
3 finishes he's
32.
had, but he's gone double 16. He's got 2 visits. Just inside, double 8. 2 match starts he's missed, but he does not miss a third. And a tricky tie for Luke Woodhouse, especially when he lost that opening set. But Woodhouse made us sterner stuff these days. Responds with 3 sets unanswered. He dispatches Boris Krčmar out of the World Championship. The Croatian has gone, and it's Woody who is through by 3 sets to 1. That was a decent performance. Could be better on the doubling, but overall Woodhouse will be pretty pleased with his work this afternoon.
Yeah, I think he's going to be elated with the results. Performance-wise, he knows there's a lot more to find, but maybe that's a good thing. You come through a bit of a sticky tie and other questions are asked. It's not about your performance, it's about your mentality, it's about your patience. And his mentality and patience this afternoon was really, really good, especially after losing what was a very tight first set. When Boris had that big celebration at the end of set 1, he just didn't recover from that. And his last set, he played poorly, unfortunately. And Woodhouse didn't have to play his best stuff to eventually win by a couple of clear sets.
Yeah, that's how it unfolded. Krčmar took out the opening set in a deciding leg, 3 legs to 2, but then it was Woody all the way. Reeled off 3 on the spin, and Luke Woodhouse safely through to round 2. One more to come this afternoon. That'll see Gary Anderson take on Adam Hunt. We'll go get to speak to the winner, Luke Woodhouse. Check out the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel for that. But we'll be back later on tonight. Nico and I, it'll be Mace and Chris Murphy taking you through Anderson against Hunt. Woodhouse is through. He's beaten Boris Krčmar by 3 sets to 1.